I'm now convinced to give Georgie and Mandy's sequel a chance after an unexpected Young Sheldon update. When Young Sheldon ended its 7-season run, I wasn't convinced that a spin-off focusing on Georgie and Mandy was necessary. Sure, they had charm and some solid scenes together, but could they carry an entire show? Especially one that veered away from the Sheldon-centric genius formula that built the entire Big Bang Theory universe? I had my doubts. That is, until an unexpected update about young Sheldon changed my mind completely. It wasn't a bombshell announcement or a flashy trailer. It was a subtle but powerful revelation from one of the show's final scenes, something that retroactively reshaped Georgie and Mandy's importance to the young Sheldon narrative. And suddenly, the sequel didn't just feel like a marketing strategy. It felt earned. The update that changed everything. Let's back up a bit. In the 2-part finale of Young Sheldon, there's a moment that hits harder than any comedy ever should. George Sir's funeral, held in the background while Sheldon narrates in a quiet, somber tone, is intercut with scenes of the Cooper family splintering and trying to hold it together. But the surprise wasn't in Sheldon's grief. It was in Georgie's transformation. Georgie, once the charming, screw-up older brother, rises to the occasion in a way we hadn't seen before. He's no longer just the guy who dropped out of school and sold tires. He's a father now, a partner, and in many ways, a rock for the family when everything starts to fall apart. And then came the update. In a behind-the-scenes featurette released after the finale, producers revealed that the Georgie and Mandy spin-off wouldn't just be a sitcom continuation. It would be a character-driven story about growing up too fast, redefining masculinity, and finding strength in unexpected places. That's when it clicked for me. Georgie, the most underrated Cooper. Sheldon may be the genius, Missy the rebel, and Mary the overbearing mother, but Georgie has always been the beating heart of the Cooper family. Beneath the goofball exterior is a kid who sacrificed everything to help his family survive. He left school to support them financially. He stepped up as a father long before he was ready. And through it all, he stayed true to his values, even if he didn't always make the right choices. In Young Sheldon, Georgie's evolution was slow but steady. From the early days of sneaking out and mouthing off to George Sr., to becoming a reliable and surprisingly wise older brother to Sheldon and Missy, Georgie went through one of the most satisfying arcs in the entire show. It's no wonder Montana Jordan, who plays Georgie, was chosen to lead the next chapter. He brought warmth and sincerity to a character that could have easily been reduced to a punchline. And now, with more room to grow, we might see Georgie emerge as one of the most layered characters in the Big Bang universe. Mandy makes the spin-off worth it. It's not just about Georgie, though. Mandy, played brilliantly by Emily Osment, adds a whole new dimension to the story. She isn't just Georgie's love interest or baby mama. She's a woman with dreams, flaws, and fire. When Mandy was first introduced, she came across as a tough, slightly jaded woman who had been burned by life. But over time, she opened up. Her journey through an unplanned pregnancy, navigating an age-gap relationship, and balancing independence with vulnerability made her a breakout star. The chemistry between Georgie and Mandy is unique. It's not picture-perfect or idealized. It's awkward, real, and at times chaotic. But it's that imperfection that makes them so relatable. They love each other, but they're still figuring out how to be together. That's the kind of story that deserves a spotlight. A different kind of sitcom. What convinced me more than anything was the tone the creators promised for the spin-off. This isn't going to be another laugh-track-heavy situation of the weak comedy. Instead, it's aiming for something that young Sheldon hinted at in its later seasons, a grounded, emotionally resonant exploration of family, adulthood, and identity. The spin-off, tentatively titled Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, will reportedly follow the couple as they navigate the challenges of raising a toddler, building a life in Medford, and trying to grow individually while staying together. It's not just about the laughs. It's about life. Think of it as This Is Us with more tire sales and Texas charm. Or Parenthood meets the Big Bang Theory, if you will. The return of familiar faces? Another reason to be excited. We haven't seen the last of the Coopers. Producers confirm that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage will include occasional appearances by familiar faces. Missy, Mima, and even adult Sheldon in voiceover form may make cameos. That connective tissue is vital. It keeps the spin-off from feeling like a total departure and more like a continuation of the emotional universe we've come to love. Plus, with the original Big Bang Theory finale confirming that Georgie is eventually successful, he owns a tire empire. After all, there's plenty of room to explore how he gets from young dad struggling to make rent to wealthy businessman with family baggage. A chance to fix a few misses. Let's be honest, young Sheldon sometimes shortchanged its supporting characters. Missy got some great moments, but often ended up sidelined. Mary became increasingly one-dimensional. Even George Sr.'s growth was cut short due to the constraints of canon. With the spin-off, there's an opportunity to give the neglected storylines room to breathe. We might finally get deeper insight into Mima's relationship with Mandy, or see how Missy copes with her own coming of age. There's even room to correct the controversial handling of Sheldon's emotional distance from his siblings, which always felt slightly unresolved in the Big Bang Theory. By focusing on Georgie and Mandy, the writers have a chance to bring fresh depth to these characters without the weight of Sheldon's mythology looming over them. It's not about the science anymore, and that's okay. What made the Big Bang Theory and young Sheldon unique was their embrace of science and intellect as storytelling tools. But this spin-off dares to go in a different direction. It's not about Nobel Prizes or quarks. It's about diapers, debt, and deep relationships. That shift might scare some fans off, but for me, it's a welcome change. The universe doesn't need another genius. It needs a reminder that the most powerful stories often come from everyday struggles. And that's exactly what Georgie and Mandy's first marriage promises to deliver. Final thoughts. Why I'm finally on board. I didn't expect to care this much. In fact, I was prepared to write off the spin-off entirely. But that unexpected young Sheldon update, showing Georgie as the family's new foundation, revealing the show's more mature tone, and highlighting Mandy as a fully fleshed-out co-lead, completely shifted my perspective. This isn't just a cash-in. It's a real chance to tell a meaningful story, one rooted in resilience, growth, and love that doesn't come easy. If you were on the fence about this sequel, I get it. But give it a chance. Georgie and Mandy aren't just side characters anymore. They're the heart of a new chapter. And if the young Sheldon finale was any indication, it's going to be worth watching. Title card. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is scheduled to premiere on CBS mid-season 2025. And this time, I'll be watching from episode 1. Would you like a clickbait title version of this too? Mandy aren't just side characters anymore. They're the heart of a new chapter. And if the young Sheldon finale was any indication, it's going